Welcome back, everyone. We're about to embark on another deep dive. This time we're heading to the magical Alsace Christmas markets.
Ah, yes, the Alsace Christmas markets.
We can go beyond the pretty pictures that you see everywhere online,
Right.
Try to unearth those little hidden gems and practical tips that'll really make a trip there special. We're covering all the bases, folks. Dates, locations, what you got to eat, what you got to drink, the whole shebang.
I think what's really fascinating is that these markets are so much more than just like shopping destinations.
Oh, yeah.
They're like living traditions. And some of them go back centuries. It's incredible. Imagine like walking through the same cobblestone streets where people celebrated Christmas like hundreds of years ago.
Wow. Okay, let's set the scene for our listeners. Picture this. Alsace, northeastern France, nestled right up against Germany and Switzerland.
Beautiful region.
Beautiful region. You
Yeah.
got rolling vineyards, you got these charming villages with those half-timbered houses.
Yeah.
And the history there, it's as rich as the gingerbread they bake.
Absolutely. And during Christmas time, it's like you've stepped into a storybook, especially in Strasbourg. Strasbourg is home to Europe's oldest Christmas market.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We're talking like 1570?
Wow. 1570.
Yeah, it started as this like simple winter market, but over the centuries it just blossomed into this sprawling, spectacle that it is today.
It's huge.
Huge, yeah, with over 300 chalets.
Right.
It's spread out over several locations, including, the iconic Place Kleber and the area around the Strasbourg Cathedral.
That's amazing. So, if someone wanted to actually experience this historical market, when should they go?
Well, the Strasbourg market runs from November 27th to December 27th. But if you're not a fan of crowds, maybe avoid the weekends leading up to Christmas.
Yeah, that's probably a good tip.
Hmm.
Okay, Strasbourg, very historical. Now, I've heard Colmar is a bit different. What makes it so special?
If Strasbourg is like the grand dame, Colmar is like the elegant charmer.
Ooh.
Okay. The whole city transforms into a Christmas card. I mean, they're illuminations. They're not just like, pretty lights. They actually weave in local folk tales. So it adds like this layer of storytelling
Oh, it's cool.
to the visual spectacle.
Yeah.
And you'll find markets like sprinkled throughout the town, each with its own kind of like ambiance.
Oh, nice.
And they're open from November 26th to December 29th.
Okay, so we've got history, we've got elegance. What about something like a little more, off the beaten path,
Yeah, for that, we head to Kaysersberg.
Kaysersberg.
This medieval village only opens its market on the weekends, from November 29th to December 22nd.
Okay.
Think, cobblestone streets, the aroma of wood smoke, like curling from the chimneys.
Yeah.
You get that feeling of really stepping back in time.
Sounds perfect for a weekend escape.
Definitely.
Now, what about Riquewihr? I know it's one of those officially most beautiful villages in France.
Oh, absolutely.
So what's the market like there?
Riquewir's market, it's open from November 30th to December 22nd, and it's like a photographer's dream. I mean, every corner is picture perfect.
Okay.
And plus, they're really known for their focus on local crafts and Alsatian specialties. So if you're looking for, unique handcrafted gifts, this is the place to be.
Okay. You've convinced me. Riquewihr is going on the list. Okay. So now I have to ask, for someone with a serious sweet tooth like myself, which market is the ultimate destination?
Obernai is calling your name.
Obernai. Okay.
Yeah. Besides the usual Christmas fare, they're known for their incredible sweets and savory dishes, which are unique to the region.
Ooh.
And the best part, it's open every day from November 29th to December 31st. So, whenever that craving hits.
Wow, that's dedication to deliciousness.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay. But there are a couple more markets on our list, right?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about them.
So if you're fascinated by medieval history, Ribeauvillé is a must. Their market takes place only on the weekends of December 7th, 8th, and 14th, 15th.
Huh.
And they even have historical reenactments.
Yeah.
So you can really immerse yourself in the atmosphere of a bygone era.
Wow, that's really cool. It's amazing how each market has its own distinct personality.
It really is.
What about the last one? Eggwisheim.
Ah, Eggwisheim.
Mhm.
So Eggwisheim, with its winding streets and circular layout, it's often described as the most magical of all the Alsace Christmas markets. I mean, the twinkling lights, they illuminate the town in a way that's just breathtaking. We don't have specific dates yet,
Okay.
but it's typically open during a similar time frame as the other markets.
All right, so we've explored a variety of markets, each with its own special charm, right?
Yes.
But we can't forget about the reason. Most people visit Christmas markets in the first place. It's the food.
You're right. And in Alsace, the culinary traditions are just as enchanting as the markets themselves.
Okay. All right. So let's talk treats. We got to talk treats.
Let's do it.
I know Brittle are like these adorable little bite-sized Christmas cookies, and you find them in every flavor imaginable. Cinnamon, anise, chocolate. What are there any other like sweet treats that are really unique to Alsace?
Well, you have to try Manala.
Manala.
They're brioche men,
Okay.
traditionally eaten on St. Nicholas Day. And what's fascinating is that this tradition, it blends like pagan and Christian elements. The Manala is thought to represent like a pagan deity that was later incorporated into the celebration of St. Nicholas.
Wow, that's a cool little historical tidbit. Okay, so we got Manala. Now, no Christmas market experience is complete without some delicious bread.
Of course not.
So what kinds of bread should I be on the lookout for?
You'll find two standouts in Alsace. First, you have pain d'épices,
Pain d'épices?
or gingerbread, a classic for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
It's warm, it's spicy, perfect for, dunking in a mug of steaming vin chaud.
Ooh, yes.
And then there's Kristolen,
The Kristolen.
which is a richer, denser bread filled with candied fruits and marzipan.
That sounds good.
A real holiday treat.
Okay, my mouth it's watering already. But it's not all about sweets, is it?
It's not, no.
What about the savory side of Alsatian cuisine?
Alsace is known for its hearty, flavorful dishes.
Yeah.
I mean, perfect for a chilly day. You have to try choucroute.
Choucroute.
It's sauerkraut braised with various meats and sausages. A true Alsatian comfort food.
That sounds amazing. What else should we add to our must-try list?
Another classic is baguette flambée,
Baguette flambée.
also known as flammkuche.
Flammkuche, okay.
Yeah, so imagine like a thin crust tart topped with creme fraiche, onions, and bacon.
Oh my God.
Baked in a wood-fired oven. I mean, simple, delicious, and just perfect for a quick bite.
Okay, I need to try this like immediately. Are there any other savory dishes that we just shouldn't miss?
Don't forget about spätzle.
Spätzle.
These little egg noodles are incredibly versatile. I mean, they can be a side dish or incorporated into like other dishes like choucroute.
All right, so we've covered the sweet treats, the savory dishes. Now it's time to warm up with some festive beverages.
Yes.
What's the go-to drink at the Alsace Christmas markets?
Oh, vin chaud, of course.
Vin chaud, yeah.
Or mulled wine. It's a must. And, each stall has its own unique recipe.
Oh, wow.
So you can, like, sample different versions as you explore. It's not just about, like, the drink itself. It's about, like, the whole experience. Huddling around a warm stall, sharing stories, soaking in the festive atmosphere.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And for those who prefer like beer over wine, are there any special brews that we should look out for?
Oh, many local breweries create special Christmas beers,
Okay.
often infused with like spices and seasonal flavors.
Well, nice.
It's a great way to experience, the local brewing tradition.
Okay, so we've explored the markets, we've talked about the food, the drinks.
Yeah.
Now let's get down to like the practical stuff,
Yeah.
like planning a trip to Alsace. Any tips for our listener?
If you're going during peak season, which is, usually the weekends leading up to Christmas, be prepared for crowds.
Oh, yeah.
Booking accommodations in advance is like crucial, especially in those popular towns like Strasbourg and Colmar.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point. Now, we did cover like a lot of market dates earlier, but it's always good to double check those before like finalizing travel plans.
Absolutely.
Any advice on what to do like beyond the markets themselves?
Don't limit yourself to just the towns with Christmas markets.
Right.
Alsace has so much more to offer.
Okay.
I mean, think picturesque villages, rolling vineyards, even the Vosges Mountains for, a bit of winter hiking.
I love that idea. Like exploring the Alsace wine route.
Oh, yeah.
That's got to be a must, especially for wine enthusiasts.
Yeah.
Like imagine, visiting the vineyards, sampling the local wines, learning about the region's winemaking traditions.
And for the adventure souls, a hike in the Vosges Mountains offers breathtaking views, especially, in winter when the peaks are dusted with snow.
Yeah. All right. I think we've given our listener plenty to think about.
I think so.
But before we move on, I want to do a quick recap of the markets and their dates,
Okay.
just to refresh everyone's memory. So what are the dates for Strasbourg again?
Strasbourg, the largest and oldest market, is open from November 27th to December 27th.
Okay. And Colmar, the town known for its enchanting illumination.
Colmar is open from November 26th to December 29th.
Okay. What about Kaysersberg? the weekend getaway with medieval charm.
Kaysersberg's market is open only on weekends from November 29th to December 22nd.
Riquewihr, the most beautiful village known for its local crafts and specialties.
Riquewir's market is open from November 30th to December 22nd.
Okay. Obernai, the paradise for food lovers like myself.
Obernai's market is open every day from November 29th to December 31st.
Okay, and how about Ribeauvillé with its historical reenactments?
Ribeauvillé's market takes place on the weekends of December 7th, 8th, and 14th, 15th.
And lastly, Iguisheim, known for its magical atmosphere.
We don't have specific dates for Iguisheim yet, but it's typically open during a similar time frame as the other markets.
Okay. So there you have it. 7 incredible Christmas markets, each offering its own unique charm and experience.
Remember, those dates are for 2024. So if you're listening to this in the future, be sure to check the official websites for the most up-to-date information.
Now, as we move into the second part of our Alsace deep dive, we want to leave you with a question to ponder.
Okay.
What are you most excited about experiencing in Alsace? Is it the twinkling lights of Iguisheim, the medieval charm of Kaysersberg, or maybe the chance to sample all those delicious treats?
I know, I'm excited about that. Oh, for me, it's that feeling of stepping back in time, especially in a place like Kaysersberg where, the architecture is so well preserved and the traditions are so deeply rooted.
Yeah, I get that. It's like you can almost hear the echoes of Christmas's past.
Exactly.
But if I had to pick one specific thing, it would be the brettel.
Ah, yeah.
Those little tickies are just too cute to resist. Have you ever tried making them?
I have. It's quite a process, actually. Many families have their own secret recipes that have been passed down through generations. It's a true labor of love.
Yeah.
And that's part of what makes these markets so special, right? They're not just about buying things. They're about connecting with traditions that have been passed down for centuries.
It's like each cookie holds a little piece of history.
Okay.
Okay, I have to confess, I'm also really looking forward to that Van show.
Oh, of course.
There's something about sipping a warm spiced drink on a chilly evening, surrounded by, twinkling lights that it just screams Christmas.
And remember, it's not just about the drink itself, it's about the experience.
Yeah.
You're sharing that warmth, with friends and family, huddled around a stall, taking in the festive atmosphere.
Absolutely. It's those shared moments that make the Alsace Christmas markets so memorable.
Yeah.
But we've talked a lot about the markets themselves.
Right.
What about the surrounding region? I've heard the Alsace wine route is something special.
It is.
Can you tell us a bit more about that?
The Alsace wine route is a must-do for wine enthusiasts. I mean, it winds its way through picturesque vineyards, charming villages. You get stunning views and a chance to sample some of the region's finest wines. Many wineries offer tastings and tours so you can learn about the different grape varieties and winemaking techniques.
So it's not just about drinking wine.
No.
It's about immersing yourself in the culture and history of winemaking in Alsace.
Exactly.
I bet those villages along the wine route are just as charming as the ones with the Christmas markets.
Oh, absolutely. And you're right. It's about more than just wine. It's about experiencing that slower pace of life in these villages, savoring the local cuisine and connecting with the people who make this region so special.
You're making me want to book a trip right now. We've talked about wine, history, food. Right. But what about those who are looking for something a bit more, adventurous?
Yeah.
Is there anything like that in Alsace?
You're in luck. The Vosges Mountains, just west of the Alsace Plain, offer breathtaking landscapes and opportunities for hiking, even in the winter. Imagine snow-dusted peaks, crisp mountain air, and panoramic views.
Wow, that sounds incredible. So whether you're a history buff, a foodie, a wine lover, or an outdoor enthusiast, Alsace has something to offer everyone.
Exactly. And that's what makes this region so appealing. You can customize your experience to match your interests.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. We've talked about the history of the Alsace Christmas markets, the unique charm of each town, the must-try food and drinks, and even some tips for planning your trip.
Yeah, it's been great.
But before we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listener with one final thought to consider.
Okay.
Imagine yourself not just as a visitor to the Alsace Christmas markets, but as a local.
Oh, interesting.
What unique tradition, food, or craft would you contribute to make these markets even more magical?
What a wonderful question. It really encourages you to think about what makes these markets so special. Is it, the sense of community, the craftsmanship, the
Yep.
connection to history?
Exactly. And by imagining ourselves as part of that community, maybe we can gain a deeper appreciation for the traditions and the people
Yeah.
who make these markets so enchanting. And who knows, maybe that spark of inspiration will lead you to create something truly magical.
It's a beautiful thought to leave our listeners with. It really captures that spirit, the idea that these markets aren't just frozen in time, they're always evolving.
Yeah. It's that blend of tradition and innovation that makes them so unique. Okay. But we've given everyone a lot to digest already, so let's wrap up this deep dive with one last tidbit. We've talked about what makes each market special, the food, the drinks, even the surrounding region. But let's zoom out for a second. When you think about the Alsace Christmas markets as a whole, what's the one thing that really sets them apart from, other Christmas markets around the world?
Honestly, for me, it's the authenticity. You can just feel it in every detail. It's not about, just buying stuff. It's about celebrating traditions, real traditions passed down for generations. It's about, craftsmanship. It's about community. And it's about this genuine love for the Christmas season.
Yep. You're right. It's that feeling of warmth and connection that you
Yeah.
don't always find in other markets. It's like stepping back in time to a simpler, more genuine celebration of the holidays.
Well, I think we've successfully transported our listener to the magical world of the Alsace Christmas markets.
I hope so. We've given them everything they need to plan an unforgettable trip, and we can't wait to hear all about it. So, as we wrap up this deep dive, we want to leave you with one final image. Imagine yourself strolling through a snow-dusted village. The aroma of cinnamon and pine is in the air. You've got a warm mug of Van Chaud in your hand. You hear the sound of carols drifting through the streets. And the friendly smiles of the locals are welcoming you into their traditions. That's the magic of Alsace at Christmas time. It's an experience that will stay with you long after you've returned home.
And who knows, maybe you'll even be inspired to create your own little piece of that magic, adding to that rich tapestry of traditions that make these markets so special.
That's a beautiful thought to end on. So until next time, happy travels and happy holidays.